Welcome to Pod Studio, level up your fluency from trending topics. Today we are going to talk about ChatGPT versus Claude versus Gemini, a model guide.
The world of AI is just moving at, well, warp speed, isn't it?
It really is.
Every single week, it feels like there's a new model, some new capability, just pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up sometimes.
It's exhilarating, definitely, but I
Yeah.
think for a lot of us, it can also feel a little overwhelming.
For sure.
With so many powerful tools out there now, how do you even begin to decide which AI is the right one for what you need to do?
That's the million-dollar question, really.
Well, that's exactly the question we're hoping to dig into today. Welcome, everyone, to a deep dive into the latest head-to-head comparison of the top AI models right now in 2025. ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini.
The big three.
Exactly. And we've got a fantastic guide to lean on here. It's by Peter Yang, who meticulously put these three powerhouses through their paces across 9 really practical use cases, things like coding, writing, deep research, and even those fascinating multimodal features.
Yeah, it's a really thorough piece of work. He really tested them properly.
So our mission today is pretty straightforward. Cut through all the marketing hype, all the noise, and give you truly clear, actionable insights. We want you to walk away knowing precisely which AI model really shines for your specific needs, helping you make, well, the most informed choices.
Right, like a practical guide.
Think of it as your personal cheat sheet, basically, to making these powerful tools work smarter for you.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. It's so tempting, I think, to just ask, which AI is simply the best overall?
Right, everyone wants that simple answer, yeah.
But what this deep dive shows almost immediately is that the answer is, well, way more nuanced than that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It feels less like a competition for one single crown and more like each of these contenders is carving out a very specific niche for itself.
That's a great way to put it. What's truly fascinating here is how deliberate that niche carving seems to be. There's no single winner, like you said, because each model, probably driven by its parent company's, strategic focus, has developed these unique strengths.
Ah, okay.
So the true best model, it really depends entirely on what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
It's almost as if these AIs are specializing to try and dominate particular areas.
That makes perfect sense. So, with that framing, let's jump straight into coding. That's a crucial area for so many people listening.
Absolutely.
The tests here were quite ambitious. First, create a full-featured Tetris with beautiful graphics and controls, and then even push it to make a 2D Super Mario game.
Yeah, not trivial tasks.
Not at all. So what did these challenges reveal about their coding chops?
Right. So for the raw output quality,
Yeah.
and just, the sheer ambition of what it could pull off, Claude 4 was really the standout there.
Okay.
Peter Yang's testing showed it built this really gorgeous Tetris game. I mean, complete with scores, next piece preview, really responsive controls.
Yeah.
And then when pushed further, it even managed to create like an actual playable level 1 of a Mario game after some back and forth.
A Mario game. Seriously, from a prompt.
Yeah, with mushrooms and Goombas. It's pretty wild. Now, ChatGPT O3. That's OpenAI's latest flagship model. It created a basic, functional Tetris clone.
Functional but basic. Got it.
Exactly. And Gemini 2.5, which is Google's current main offering, made a solid game, but maybe not quite as visually polished as what Claude did.
Okay. Producing a playable Mario level just from text prompts that's genuinely astounding.
It really is.
But it always begs the question, right? If Claude is that capable, what are the trade-offs? Are we looking at a huge cost difference here or maybe limitations elsewhere?
You've absolutely hit on the key trade-off.
Okay.
And yeah, it's mostly about the cost.
Ah, okay.
Claude 4 Sonnet, that's Anthropic's more powerful, pricier model. It costs a staggering, 20 times more than Gemini 2.5 Flash.
20 times. Wow.
Yeah, and Flash is Google's faster, more cost-effective option. So while Claude delivers those top-tier results, maybe hinting at Anthrop really focusing on high-quality, complex code generation for enterprise, perhaps?
It makes sense.
Gemini 2.5 Pro and Flash are still highly capable, but for their price point, they become incredibly cost-effective, especially if you're building AI products or just trying to manage your budget.
So a real value proposition from Google there.
Exactly. And it's worth noting, too, Google is actively shipping other coding tools. They've got things like Jules, which is an asynchronous coding agent, and Gemini Diffusion for what they're calling vibe code.
Vibe code, what's that?
It's essentially instant kind of conceptual code snippets helps you quickly get a feel for a project, like a starting point.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, the takeaway. For the absolute best coding results, you'd probably reach for Claude 4. But if budget is a primary concern, Gemini 2.5 offers the best bang for your buck.
Okay, that's a clear distinction. So we've seen Claude really excelling in the intricate world of coding. But let's shift gears now from complex logic to, well, nuanced language. How do these models fare when many of us turn to AI just to refine our writing?
Yeah, very common use case.
The guide tested how well each model could edit a newsletter post, specifically given samples of the author's preferred writing style. This feels very personal, trying to capture your unique voice.
And this is truly where Claude demonstrates remarkable proficiency again.
Yeah.
Particularly for those professional writing tasks, newsletters, blog posts, maybe strategy documents.
Okay.
It consistently captured and emulated the author's specific conversational style and format, which suggests, maybe, that Anthropic is optimizing for coherence and really nuanced output.
How so?
Well, maybe leveraging its generally larger context window and that emphasis on detailed, thoughtful responses to maintain voice consistency over longer text.
Right. Context window is key for style.
Definitely. In contrast, ChatGPT,
Yeah.
while obviously capable, often cut too much copy in the test and ended up losing important details from the original draft.
That's not good.
No. And Gemini 2.5's edit, on the other hand, tended to be, well, a bit overly verbose and felt rather sterile, kind of lacking that personal touch.
So for maintaining a consistent brand voice, or even just your own distinctive personal style across your emails or posts, Claude really stands out then.
It seems so.
Is there something specific in its architecture, do you think? Perhaps that deeper understanding of long-form context you mentioned that makes it just better at stylistic nuance compared to the others?
That's likely a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems better at internalizing and then applying those stylistic examples across a whole document. So the takeaway for the listener here, if you need an AI that can genuinely capture and emulate your specific writing style, especially when you feed it examples of your best work, Claude is still the daily workhorse that, for many, justifies its higher cost.
Right. It's about keeping that authentic connection with your audience.
Exactly, which is paramount for professional communications.
Okay, so beyond those bigger projects like coding and long-form writing, what about just those everyday questions and interactions? This is where apparently one AI had a surprising, almost personal advantage that makes it feel fundamentally different.
Yeah, this raises a really important point. What about the AI that truly gets you? You know, the one that understands your ongoing context and personal preferences.
Like a real assistant.
Sort of. ChatGPT has this really compelling feature called memory, and it creates these genuinely magical moments sometimes.
How does that work in practice?
Well, for example, the guide mentioned it. Remember, the author was planning a trip soon, and then it proactively suggested asking about the best places to visit in France.
Oh, wow, that's context.
Exactly. It's also apparently excellent for self-reflection. Peter Yang used a prompt like, tell me something unique you notice about me, but I haven't realized about myself yet. Doesn't have to be positive, just be truthful.
That's brave, but interesting.
Very interesting results, apparently.
It really is quite striking, though, that here we are in 2025 with all these advancements, and Claude and Gemini still haven't implemented a persistent memory feature like ChatGPT's. Why do you think that is? Is it a strategic choice, or are there technical challenges holding them back?
It's a great question, and honestly, it's probably a mix of things. Architectural complexity, maybe security concerns, and definitely strategic priorities.
Okay.
Building a robust, secure, and genuinely useful memory feature that integrates seamlessly across potentially millions of users' conversations is really not a small feat.
True.
Maybe for Anthropic, their focus on enterprise-grade, highly controlled environments makes persistent personal memory a lower priority, or maybe just a more complex feature to roll out responsibly, you know?
Right. Data privacy concerns would be huge there.
Absolutely. And for Google, well, they've been pushing so hard on the multimodal features like video, as we'll discuss, so their resource allocation might just be different right now.
So priorities, basically.
Seems like it. But for now, in an age where we kind of expect AI to adapt and anticipate, ChatGPT is the model that truly feels more like a personal assistant, helping you uncover hidden talents or blind spots, because it builds this continuous, evolving understanding of you. So for everyday personal assistance, and just having an AI that learns and remembers your preferences, ChatGPT is currently unparalleled.
Okay, that's a very clear advantage for everyday use. Now, shifting from creative generation and personal assistance, for those of us who need to quickly get up to speed on complex topics, the deep research capabilities of these models are frankly where things get really compelling.
Hugely important for many professionals.
All three models now offer features aimed at rapidly synthesizing information. The test and the guide involved researching the AI coding market and Bolt's strategy to compete. And the results were quite revealing about what deep research actually means to each model.
Yeah, this is a critical area. Claude produced this extensive 7-page report, but with a staggering 427 sources.
407.
Yeah, it did a great job synthesizing insights, not just dumping raw information, but its actual recommendations felt, well, somewhat generic.
Okay. Lots of info, but maybe not super actionable.
Kind of. Gemini delivered an even more comprehensive 48-page report with 100 sources. But its conclusions were, as the source nicely put it, too verbose and felt like corporate gibberish, lacking real focus.
Ouch. 48 pages of corporate gibberish doesn't sound helpful.
Not ideal, no. ChatGPT, however, seemed to strike a really good balance. Its report was 36 pages, with fewer sources, only 25. But, and this is key, it included specific, highly relevant recommendations that actually matched Bolt's real-world strategy.
Like what?
Things like targeting non-technical users, focusing on speed, adding specific integrations, really concrete stuff.
And the listener confession Peter Yang mentioned in the source material is just so relatable, right? We rarely read these huge, deep research reports cover to cover.
Guilty as charged.
We often just skim for the key points and then use the AI maybe to help polish our own strategy documents. So the quality and the actionability of the insights, not just the sheer quantity of sources, is absolutely crucial.
Precisely. ChatGPT's approach here suggests OpenAI might be optimizing for that actionability over just sheer volume, kind of curating the insights rather than just collating everything it finds.
Makes sense.
So for deep research that offers specific, actionable recommendations without completely overwhelming you, ChatGPT really seems to find that perfect equilibrium right now. It gives you substance you can immediately use to inform your own thinking and strategy.
Good takeaway. Okay, let's broaden our view beyond just text and code now into the really exciting world of multimodal capabilities, basically how these AIs handle and generate things like images, voice, and video. This area is just exploding with innovation. Who's leading the pack there?
Yeah, it's moving fast. For image generation, ChatGPT still largely holds the top spot.
Still, okay.
It consistently follows instructions best. It produces excellent text rendering within images, which is notoriously difficult for AI, actually.
Oh yeah, getting text right on images is tough.
Exactly. And people are using it for everything from marketing assets to infographics, even comics. The key, as the source notes, is giving it good style examples and then asking for specific tweaks. You have to guide it.
Like having a very talented but sometimes very literal art assistant.
That's a perfect analogy. You really need to guide its hand with clear visual cues sometimes.
Gotcha. What about voice?
In voice chat, ChatGPT generally offers the most natural flow and personality. It can even sing now. Terribly, apparently, but hilariously.
It adds character, I guess.
It does. However, a common user pet peeve across both ChatGPT and Gemini's voice features is their tendency to interrupt.
Oh, that would be annoying.
Yeah, though apparently you can tell them, don't interrupt me until I tell you I'm done, which is something. But for pure voice dictation efficiency, some users still prefer dedicated apps like Super Whisper.
Okay, so images to ChatGPT. Voice is maybe ChatGPT, but with caveats. What about video?
Video. This is where Gemini is undeniably superior right now. Way ahead.
Really? How so?
Google's latest VO3 model, which is a significant leap, can turn simple text prompts into these quite remarkable 8-second videos, complete with sounds and voices.
Wow, with sound, too.
Yeah, the example mentioned of a corgi singing at a piano is apparently truly mind-blowing, and honestly makes a month of Gemini Pro maybe worth the investment, just to experiment with that.
A singing corgi. Okay, I might need to see that.
It definitely highlights Google's massive investment and, let's face it, their deep expertise in multimedia.
Right.
So, yeah. To sum up multimodal, for image generation, ChatGPT still seems to reign supreme. But for video, Gemini's VO3 is really in the league of its own right now.
Okay, clear winner there for video. Finally, then, we're seeing AI start to truly interact with our digital world in more direct, maybe profound ways, moving beyond just creating content. What about these emerging frontiers like live camera and computer use? These sound like they could be genuine game changers for how we actually work.
They really could be. These features are definitely still nascent, quite early days, but they offer this fascinating glimpse into the future of, well, AI agents.
How does live camera work?
So live camera means the AI can literally see your computer screen in real time.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is incredibly useful for things like, say, debugging code with Gemini, especially when you're just vibe coding. Remember that?
Right, the conceptual snippets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're quickly iterating, getting a feel for it, and the AI can watch and help debug as you go.
That's cool. And computer use. That sounds even more involved.
It is. It takes it a step further. It lets the AI actually control your keyboard and mouse.
Control them.
Yep. OpenAI's operator feature, using their O3 model, is already apparently able to perform tasks like looking up complex travel itineraries or making restaurant reservations directly by actually interacting with websites like a human would.
So these are less about just generating text or images and much more about actual task automation and really integrated digital assistance. That feels like a huge shift.
It's exactly that. While still early, like I said, these features are definitely worth exploring if you're curious about how AI agents are going to integrate more deeply, more seamlessly into our daily workflows pretty soon. They're really laying the groundwork for a truly hands-off AI assistant. Imagine an AI not just writing text for you, but navigating your complex SaaS tools, filling out forms online, maybe even managing entire projects by controlling your digital environment.
That's genuinely transformative potential right there.
It really is. Makes you wonder what next year's models will bring in this space.
It's almost dizzying, isn't it, to consider how quickly these capabilities are evolving. So bringing it all together then, what does this all mean when we connect the dots back to the bigger picture of each company's strategy? It feels like these performance differences we've talked about, they aren't accidental, are they? They seem to reflect very deliberate directions from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. This raises that important question again about market focus and strategic positioning. OpenAI clearly seems to want to be your personal AI assistant, right? Dominating the consumer market with features like memory and also making these significant moves in AI coding with their Codex agent and those rumors about acquiring Windsurf, a collaboration platform.
Right, aiming for the individual user and developer.
Seems like it. Anthropic, with Claude, feels laser-focused on owning coding, specifically for the enterprise. That was really evident from their first AI conference being entirely dedicated to developers. And they keep pushing continuous improvements to their Claude code models. High quality, high cost, maybe aimed at bigger companies.
Okay, enterprise coding focus for Anthropic?
And Google, with Gemini, well, they're finally waking up in a big way, it seems. Shipping an incredible number of features lately, offering, as we discussed, most cost-effective models overall, and now boasting these best-in-class multimodal capabilities with VO3.
Covering a lot of bases and strong on multimedia.
Exactly. It's this fascinating, really high-stakes three-way battle for different segments of the AI landscape, with each company leveraging their unique historical strengths and maybe their future bets.
So, based on everything we've discussed, drawing from Peter Yang's testing, what are the final recommendations for you, the listener? How do you choose?
Okay, let's try and distill it down. For everyday personal assistance and having an AI that truly gets you by remembering your preferences and context, you should definitely go with ChatGPT. Its memory feature is currently unique and very powerful for that.
Okay, personal assistant, ChatGPT.
For writing that needs to perfectly capture your specific style, or for professional level coding where quality and complexity are absolutely paramount, Claude consistently seems to justify its higher cost.
Got it. High-end writing and coding, Claude.
And finally, for groundbreaking video creation, that singing corgi, or if you're building AI products and need to keep costs down, Gemini offers exceptional value and those cutting-edge multimedia features.
Video and value Gemini. That's clear.
Hopefully that helps break it down.
It definitely does. You know, we are truly fortunate, maybe even spoiled, to have three such amazing models competing so intensely head-to-head, pushing each other to innovate at this just dizzying pace. It's an incredible time to be using these tools, isn't it?
Absolutely. The pace of progress benefits everyone in the end.
So we've navigated the exciting and, let's be honest, rapidly evolving landscape of ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini here in 2025. Just remember, the best AI isn't really a single answer answer anymore.
Yep.
It's much more about finding the one that perfectly fits your specific task at hand, whether that's crafting beautiful, complex code or perfecting your unique writing voice or having an AI that genuinely remembers your personal preferences or even generating stunning videos from just simple text.
It's about using the right tool for the right job.
Exactly. So here's a final provocative thought for you to maybe chew on until our next deep dive. As these AI models continue to specialize and evolve at this incredible pace, how might your own workflow change if you started consciously combining the strengths of these different AIs for a single, maybe complex project?
Interesting idea.
Imagine using Claude, say, for the foundational high-quality code, then leaning on ChatGPT to help refine the documentation and maybe generate some compelling marketing images for it, and then finally leveraging Gemini to create a stunning video summary of the entire project.
Like an AI toolkit.
Precisely. What new efficiencies, what new creative possibilities could that kind of multi-AI approach unlock for you? Something to think about.